This has been so exciting.
Yes, I'm so excited that you're joining us today. I cannot wait to hear all of your tips. All right, you guys, this is Coach JJ. She is a 45-year-old wife and mother of two. She's now an empty nester. She's living in Southwest Mississippi. She discovered the THM plan over 6 years ago. She's lost 25 pounds effortlessly. And after deciding to take her health seriously in 2021, she implemented all she knew, leading to a total weight loss of 40 pounds and counting. Inspired by her own journey, she now coaches others, sharing her experiences and helping them reach new goals. Do you love to travel? Well, Coach JJ certainly does. Whether it's camping with her family, solo Disney trips, or road trips with her husband, she is always on the go. The tips and tricks she'll share with you will show you how you can take THM anywhere. Most of these tips can even be applied in everyday locations like work lunches, school pickup lines, or ball practice with the kids. So please give a warm welcome to Coach JJ and let's learn to embrace a healthier lifestyle on the move. All right, take it away.
Oh, great. Hey, guys. I am so excited to be here with you and share just a little bit about how I incorporate THM everywhere I go. I do love to travel. I am in a new kind of weird season of life with being an empty nester. It's kind of strange. My husband works a rotational schedule, so even, weeks at a time, I'm completely alone. So I'm trying to figure it out, how to fit in some fun things, as well as finding how to be by myself again. So it's a new fun season. And that is something that we all have to learn, is that our journey is going to change, whether it's from when we got started and we're just trying to figure out what's an S, what's an E, to how do I make this truly be a lifestyle? We want this to be something that is going to sustain us for life, because as you've heard from the other ladies today, and, maybe in your own journey, this is years in the making. I am 6.5 years on plan. And every day it just is, it matters more to me every day. So for me, especially, I have to be able to do this anywhere. I love theme parks. I love road trips. I love hiking and finding national parks. And so a lot of my tips and tricks will just be they seem very basic, but we can let some of the simplest, easiest decisions overwhelm us. And that's what I want to help you today, is just kind of think through things so that you realize what you do at home, you can take anywhere you go. So my first and most important tip is plan ahead. If you are traveling, whether it's on, a cruise ship or a cross-country road trip, or even just to the zoo with your kids, there's planning involved. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to overwhelm you. Take just a minute and think through, what can you do to be on plan? Are all of your meals provided as if you were on a cruise ship? Okay, there's ways to do that. Are you road tripping somewhere where you might get into long stretches of highway without quality restaurants to stop at? Just think through it just a tiny bit. You don't have to plan out every meal. You don't have to know, okay, we're stopping at this time and this. Just get a broad view. Start there. And then decide how much further you have to go. I actually just got home from a trip where I didn't do a lot of planning. I did bring in a few things with me, just to make things easier. I went to Disney. It was kind of a last minute thing. I'm an annual pass holder, so it was just, it's easy to hop in and do that. But I will tell you, I learned some lessons, and it was just so appropriate timing, because I've been to Disney many, many times through the years. I know all the tips and tricks, and I learned some things this time that I hope to share. And planning is key. Like I said, I didn't do a lot of planning, but just take a few minutes. You're worth it. Take a few minutes to slow down and think through your day. Are you going to have breakfast in your hotel room? Does your hotel provide free breakfast? A lot of times there's THM friendly options. Maybe there's a plain oatmeal and you can bring little containers of Gentle Sweet, buy a pack of berries. Make it simple. Make it easy. It doesn't have to be complicated. If your breakfast is handled, then think through your next meal, lunch. Where are you going to be? Are you going to be in a theme park? Are you going to be on a roadside park? Are you going to be, in an airport? What can you do? And in thinking through each thing, can I pack some things? You can get a little cooler bag. I have this little small one. I love it because it's got the long strap if I need to carry it in somewhere, or it's nice and compact. It's not too big. I can fit several things in here, whether it's lunch containers or Ziplocs full of different things. Get you a little bag. Sadly, I missed Coach Linda's tips earlier this morning. I was in an area with no service driving, so I couldn't listen. But if you don't have a to-go bag, you need one. You need one. There are just a few things you can do, and that makes traveling anywhere easier. By plane, there are simple, easy rules to follow. Basically, if it's not liquid, you can take it. You can take it if it's not liquid. If it is liquid, you've got limits and you've got to be a little bit more creative with that. But just think through, what are some basic things I can take? You don't have to pack every meal. You don't have to pack every snack. If your budget dictates that you need to pack everything, fine, go for it. But don't overcomplicate it to where you're just like, well, I can't do this. This counts if you're going to the ballpark, if you're going to the school pickup line, if you're going to the library or the zoo with your kids. All of these things go. Just take 5 minutes and think and look and see, what are my options? I'm going to the zoo. Do they even have anything? So what if you don't like grilled chicken Caesar salad? Guess what? If you're not allergic to it and that's your only option and you don't want to pack something, eat it. That's my next tip, is sometimes we just have to fuel well. So as you've planned and as you've looked ahead a little bit, it may not be your favorite thing. If you've ever heard me talk, you'll have heard me say, I hate bunless burgers. Hate them. I never, ever, ever choose a bunless burger with joy in my heart. Never. It is not my go-to. But there are times, because I'm at an amusement park or a zoo or traveling maybe in a small town and I don't know which mom and pop place is good, so I have to just pick a fast food chain. Sometimes a bunless burger is my only option. And you know what? I'm just going to fuel well and stay on plan. I'm not going to worry that it's not my favorite meal, because I can always have a different meal at the next fueling time. I don't have to live on bunless burgers, but I can use those when I need to. Okay. So don't think about, well, I'm traveling, so I should be able to do whatever I want. No, you can have grace. You can loosen the reins a little bit if you want, but just know that it doesn't have to be your favorite meal, the best option, as far as like, oh, well, I want somebody, a fancy chef cooking for me. No, just do what you need to do to fuel. So when I was at the parks this week, I went to Magic Kingdom, and if you've ever been to Disney World, it's massive. It's huge. There's lots of parks, and it's typical park food. They do have a couple of good options, but if you go often, those options get old. And I will tell y'all, I struggled. I'm like, I do not want the same thing again. So I have determined that the next time I go, I'm packing me a sandwich. Look at the rules for the place you're entering. A lot of places, because of dietary restrictions, are being more friendly to bringing food items in, especially if you say you have, a specific dietary need. So I will be packing a sandwich the next time I go to Disney World, guys, and it's okay. It doesn't have to be my favorite thing. I could rely on a bunless burger, but that, like I said, that's just not my thing. So I know, take a little extra time, take a little cool bag that can fit into a backpack if that's what you carry, make it easy. I can then save another meal because I'm somewhere with lots of great restaurants and let that be an indulgent meal and really, get something that I might not get to have every day in my life. But just walking around an amusement park doesn't mean I need to stress about it. Just eat a bunless burger and keep going. Fuel yourself well so you don't get the yucks. Something else I want to mention with travel. I am in a season where I get to travel a lot. Not everybody can do that. And y'all, some of my travel is literally driving 6 hours down the road to see my husband at work. It's not all fancy. Some of it is like this weekend. Into that mindset. Well, I'm traveling. It's vacation. And I don't want to get into the hang up of, well, I can choose what I want because I'm on vacation. If you travel once a year, that might be okay. I don't. So I want to make sure I'm also keeping things balanced well, that I am truthful with myself, that my travel season right now is busy. So I can't just say, oh, I'm on vacation, I can get what I want. No, I need to be very mindful that I do keep a healthy balance. I've always been open and honest that I may not be 100% when I go on a big trip somewhere, especially if I'm going somewhere new. I might want to try a treat. But there are times when I'm like, there's a lot of treats and new foods that I can try in a new environment that can be on plan. I just have to think through it a little bit more. But be real with yourself. If you're always at the ballpark, if you're always in school pickup line, if your work causes you to travel on the road a lot, if you're checking on your parents every other weekend, you need to be real with yourself and say, I need to keep this in check. This is not a special occasion. This needs to be a part of my lifestyle to where I make my lifestyle work with what season I'm in. So remember, if it's a treat, if you are choosing to go off plan, make the best choice and keep it balanced to know that, okay, I'm not going off plan. I was speaking with a friend about church fellowships. Our church likes to eat. I'm in the South. It's all around fellowships. And if I made the excuse, well, oh, it's a church fellowship, I would be going off plan 2 and 3 times a month. That adds up, ladies. So just be real with where you are and how often you are doing these kind of things to make sure you're balancing well. I wanted to share a few other things. Truck stops. If you are on a road trip, truck stops are your best friends. They most often have microwaves that you can use. So if you've packed something in your to-go bag, you can go in and heat up a meal if you would like to. They will also most often let you fill up your own cup, so you save money that way. They will also have better options as far as proteins and veggies and things like that versus a smaller gas station. They usually have the cleanest bathrooms too. But think through, where you're going to stop. Don't wait until you're in the middle of Timbuktu and you have nothing. Some of the things that I keep on hand in case I get somewhere with nothing is I'll usually pack a container like this. This is a baby formula container. I don't do the full trimmy mix with sunflower lecithin and all the sweeteners and stuff. I don't like sugar substitutes. On plan ones, like Gentle Sweet, Super Sweet. I don't like that in my coffee. I like just more of a plain coffee with a nut pod or a cream, like half and half, but preferably heavy whipping cream. So all I put in this is my collagen. A lot of times I will use THM collagen in this, but if I'm flying or I'm going somewhere to where I need it, like in my purse or in a backpack, I will use little packets like this. There's different brands. This brand is Revive, and I found it was on sale for a better price than some of the other brands, and it did mix in my coffee really, really well on this last trip without a whisk or anything. I just used the little wooden coffee stick. Something else that I will pack, especially when we go on for a long time, inflammation can really get you if you do choose, because it's a special trip or you're, stuck in a hospital with a family member and you're struggling to find things. Sometimes inflammation is going to creep up on us, whether it's stress or long times of sitting because of travel or less than ideal food choices. So I found the small containers of apple cider vinegar, and sometimes I will take those and make me up like a little GGMS just to have extra apple cider vinegar with me, because it's just so great for me to kind of reset. You can get little meat sticks like this. I'm not a huge fan. I don't really like them, but I almost always have some just in case, because this will give you a little bit of a protein to hold you through. If you've ever been to an amusement park, you can get in your line and it's say 20 minutes, and it may take you an hour to get through the line. So sometimes you need something just to get you through. So I also will usually do little drink packets. This is the THM hydrates. And then this is one of the True Lime. This is just the regular limeade, but the energy ones I think are the best option. I just haven't bought them in a while, and this is what I had. So things like this really, really help keep you hydrated but my number one food pack is chocolate of some sort. This is the Lily's extra dark chocolate. The darker, the better, because the less likely you are to run into a personal choice or added sugars. So watch those labels. I know Coach Sarah taught us this morning about reading our labels and watching out for sneaky ingredients. So be careful. I, of course, loved the Trim Healthy Mama chocolate, which is not available. So just be careful when you're finding chocolates. But this keeps me on plan when I'm somewhere, when everywhere I turn is a new treat. Sugar and sweets were my just rough spot. Like if I needed it. Some people, it's the breads and rice and, all the savory foods. Mine were the sweets. So I almost always have some form of chocolate on me everywhere I go. That way I can reach for a little bite of this instead of being so tempted. Let's see, alcohol, watch it on your trips. If you indulge, watch it. Because once again, just like with thinking, oh, I'm on a trip or I'm traveling and, this is special, those choices add up and will lead to inflammation. Also consider your exercise when you travel. It's not just about your food. Consider your exercise. Two things that I have started incorporating that I can do anywhere I'm at is squats and wall push-ups. Literally, you just find a flat surface. It doesn't, literally shoulder width apart. That's all the amount of space you need. Wall push-ups. Yes, walking, lifting weights, all those things are really great. But if you're traveling a lot, it might be hard to get those in. Do as many squats as you can. Like just go until, you can't go anymore. Do as many push-ups as you can. Start small, but find ways to incorporate movement. You will feel so much better about it, and you'll just keep trucking along to your goals. You don't have to pack equipment. You don't have to find a YouTube video. Anybody can do squats just as low as you can go. If your mobility is limited, fine. Start there. Do wall push-ups. Do whatever you can just to get that movement in. Really and truly, guys, like I said, all of this can be incorporated in anything that you do, anywhere you go. I have had to sit in hospitals for weeks with my dad, with his health. I travel. I have traveled by plane, by car, by RV. So it can really be incorporated in anything you do. And I'm happy to help you with that. If you want to find out more information about me and my coaching, you can find me at my website, simplynourishedjj.com. But I appreciate being able to come in and just talk to you a little bit about travel, because it is my heart. It's so fun.
Thank you so much, JJ. We appreciate you.
Oh, thank you, Sarah.